The job market is crashing and there are no jobs. If you think your degree will get you the job by the time you graduate, you're only fooling yourself. The world is so decentralized today in such a way that you don't need anybody's permission to start something. How can you start something while you are in school, make money while you are in school, build wealth, and create the opportunity for yourself by the time you graduate? That is the discussion of this video. I'm going to be breaking down why you need to start early, the advantage you have as a student, and the steps you need to take in order to start anything whatsoever. So pay attention as I go on. Let's say, for example, we have a student that is 25 years old. Students just graduated at 25, and we have a student that is 20 years old that is still in school. That 25 years old student didn't do anything in school. The only thing the student did was just to study, make sure he or she gets the grades that he or she wants, pass exceedingly, and the student graduated. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying studying is bad, but just hold on and let me explain. Now, the 25 years old student was diligent with his studies, did everything he could with the high grades and everything, and the person graduated exceedingly with a first class. Now, the 20 years old student is in school, tried his best in academics, but didn't really pass, didn't really get a first class, maybe a 2-1 or a 2-2, and as well did other things while in school, maybe learn a skill or started a business and start making money in school. That 20 years old student that is in school is better off than the 25 years old student that only read and passed steadily with a first class and graduated. Now, the reason is that 25 years old student will start figuring out life by the time the person will graduate, because the only person only faced academics alone, but didn't look into other things that he or she can do to make money. In those days, people will say, oh, when you go to school and you graduate, you are good, there's job waiting for you and all that. But the way things are right now, there is nothing like that again, because the job market is so saturated and there's a lot of people with this degree that you are caring about. So if you ever think that by the time you graduate, there's a job for you waiting there, it's a lie. So that 20 years old student graduates, the person has created a particular platform for himself, whether it's a skill or is a business, and the person will possibly do what he or she was doing in school by the time he graduates. The person will not be confused. The person already know the path that is going and will exceed together with the degree the person has. Unlike the person that just graduated, get the grades and start figuring out life at that point. That student has a lot of responsibility and the expectation is high because the person just finished school. So whichever thing the person wants to do at that point in time, there's a lot at stake, and the person will not be able to take a lot of risk. Anything the person is doing at that point must work. But oftentimes it doesn't happen like that. But the 20 years old student has made the mistake while in school, started something, failed multiple times, get back up, gain the experience, and by the time the person is graduating, that 20 years old student is not starting at the same point as the 25 years old student that graduated. So that is the importance of starting something. Now, a question can pop up in your mind that how can you balance these two together and do well? It is actually possible to balance the two. You just have to know what you want, right? If you set up your mind that this education that I'm going through, although it's important, but it is not enough for me. It is not, the certificate is not enough for me to get what I want out of life. You just put in your side also or whatever skill you want to learn together with the curriculum, and just know that in this school, I'm here to study and I'm here to learn other skills and get myself together by the time I graduate. Because while in school, you have a lot of advantage as a student. You don't have bills, you don't have family, there's nobody depending on you. You still even have a little support from home. And that alone is a very big advantage. Let me use myself as an example. While I was in school, I started my YouTube channel, and at that point, I was combining it with my academics. So it was really good because I didn't have any the only responsibility I had was to read my books. But then I already understood what was already going on because I had examples of people that have graduated without any job. And I started asking myself, what will I do by the time I'm done with school? Is this how I'm going to live my life? Then I started searching for informations online. Then I stumbled on YouTube, and that's how I started. But before I started YouTube, there is something that struck my mind even before then, which I'll be explaining in this video. But then I started my YouTube. I started in school with just a little bit. I made a lot of mistakes in school. Started in 2022. Then I was able to adjust. And by the time I was done, my YouTube channel blew up. If even for the fact that I stumbled to look for job if like a few times, I wasn't able to get it. But then I started thinking that just recently that what if I didn't start my YouTube channel? Is this how I will hold myself to ransom and I'll start looking for job and I'll now end up just going for the less or for the least opportunity, and my life will be miserable, and I'll start thinking about my life and I'll start thinking of what I can start at that point, which will be too late already because I'm 28 years old. Do you get the point? So if I didn't start in school, it would have been disastrous right now because the expectation is there. People are already asking me, "Oh, what are you doing now? What are you doing? Have you gotten a job? Oh, have you made it?" Something like that. Because a lot of things are at stake right now. But I started. So the point is that you should start something early because there is no risk. You have nothing to lose. You are in school. You are young. You are still getting support from home. You can actually combine it with your school. You can run your business during weekends. And in fact, even after school, I had a friend at that point in time. I'll be bringing him on this channel like very soon. At 200 level, he started learning how to make shawarma. He knew how he's going to balance the whole thing. So he learns the shawarma at 200 level, and by the time he came back, he started his business, started making shawarma and all that. And he was getting a few sale daily, he even had like a wooden shop at that point. And at the point while we are in 400 level, he started making a lot of money to the extent that he didn't even have time to come to classes anymore. And of course, he didn't drop out, but he was able to manage the two at the same time. And by the time we were done, when other people were going for their NYSC and looking for how they can get their life together, he was already making money and he was living fine. And I don't think he's even bothered about getting a job or something. And he also get the degree too because he came out with a very good grade also. So that's a perfect example of someone that started when he was school, finished and became successful, and was not confused on what to do. And the fascinating thing is that by the time he was finished, he even employed most of our colleagues that we were in class together, and he started early. You get the point now. You can, with what you have, you can start something. You can also learn something. World is so decentralized, like I said right now. There's AI. There's a lot of information on the internet. There's YouTube. You can go onto YouTube, learn some. I learned video editing from YouTube. I learned how to make videos on YouTube. I learned a lot of things from YouTube. I watched so many videos, went to Google to read so many things on what I know today because no one has to teach me. And I didn't even pay any money to even learn these skills because your phone is your greatest asset nowadays and you can learn anything from your phone. Rather than watching movies or going to Netflix, to those platforms get your attention, you can use that time, your free time, instead of watching movies, you can learn something on the internet and make money. Aside from you even getting a skill on the internet, with what you have as a student, you can turn your knowledge into income. Let me explain. While I was in, is it 300 level, my third year or my fourth year, I knew economics so well because at 200 level, I didn't even bother about even trying to make money in school because I was so keen with academics. It was until after that 200 level, I started realizing some things and I was able to take action. So in 200 level, I knew the economics so well, like so well. I had textbooks, I read the things so well. And I discovered that there are students that have issues with this particular thing. But then I started teaching them for free at a point. A friend actually come up to me and told me that I can start charging money. And that is when the light bulb came on that, oh, I can actually charge money on what I'm doing. And I also be studying. So at that point, as I was studying to get high grades, I was also studying to make money. That was for me. Aside from my YouTube channel, which I was actually trying to get results in, I was also making money as a student teaching my colleagues and my junior colleagues mathematics and economics. And also, I was even selling my assignments to them. And I was also solving past questions, document the past question, and sold it to them also. That is another way of making money as a student. You can take it to the next level because then I had a YouTube channel in economics and I was teaching on the YouTube channel. So I can easily send my links to people that need it and they'll watch my videos from there. So that is one advantage also. And aside from learning school, you can use what you already have to make money and monetize while you are in school. So by the time you had, even while I was done already, I continued what I was doing. I continued teaching maths. I continued teaching economics. I had people online I was taking. I learned a little bit of business skills on YouTube. And together with my YouTube channel, I was able to get clients, make money from YouTube. For the fact that I still submitted my certificates in some places, I didn't get a job, but then I was not confused. I already knew what I was doing and I continued. That is the beauty of you starting something early. You can learn a skill. Then when you learn a skill, you can go online, go to all these freelancing platform and look for clients that can pay you. And also you can even start a business with your skill. You can start a YouTube channel, put your work out there, let people know what you do. You can start that from school. Then from there you grow and you start putting links in your description for people to reach out to you in ways you can make money. And also, if it's that you already have something in school, maybe from your subjects, maybe you love tutoring, you can start a YouTube channel, also start teaching, putting your things out there, and also searching for clients also. Now, aside from the skill, there are relevant business skills that you need to learn also, which I'll be discussing in my future videos on this channel. There are business skills that you need to learn as a student. You need to learn how to market, you need to learn how to make sales, which we'll be breaking that down in this channel as we go on in future videos. Now, there are strategies that you need to take in order for you to be richer than graduates. There are strategies, there are steps that you need to take, and I'll be going through those steps one after the other. Now, the first step is for you to identify your income skill opportunity early. Now, identify your opportunity early. Is it content creation you want to do? Is it freelancing you want to do? Is there a specific skill that you are good at and you want to leverage on it? Is it tutoring? For example, for me, it was tutoring. Then I branched into content creation. I can explain anything I know and I have the ability to read more things. I could read a lot of things, understand them, and communicate it and teach it out. And for content creation, so through that, I went into content creation. What is that thing that you are good at? What is that thing that you can spend hours with and you are good at? And nowadays, AI is coming up, and by 2026 and beyond, AI will be everywhere. So look for one AI skill you can learn and start getting used to it. Is it making videos with AI? You can start learning that online, because with time it will become a thing and people will start looking for people that are really good at making videos with AI, and you start hiring them. So you can also learn that also. The next thing is to start building and monetizing even small. So with your AI videos that you're making, start looking for people that are in need of it and start monetizing it and deliver your service to them in school. And also, while you are making that AI videos, it is important for you to learn video editing also with it. So if you know the two, it's a very good thing, very good opportunity. And if it's tutoring also, you can start monetizing your tutoring. You can start a YouTube channel. You can run ads and tell people what you do, and you start making money from there, even if it's just little. The idea is for you to start small and build from there. And also, you can decide to start selling your digital skill. For me, I started selling my assignments. I started writing past questions because that was what I was good at. I started selling it to my classmates and all that. And right now, I have my ebook that I sell on my other channel, which is Study Once and Remember Forever. And I've made few bucks from it. So just start early and you go from there. And also, you can decide to leverage AI and technology. Like I said, use AI for content creation. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Nano Banana, all those things are there Start getting used to it right now and look for ways you can monetize it by branching into content creation. Is really good. And also is reinvest early. Now, the incomes that you've made from all those things, from your skills, from the AI, from the content creation that you've gotten into, you can invest in stocks. You can learn about stocks. I just started learning about stocks and I've invested a little money from it. I've not really gotten used to it yet, but I am learning. It is very good if you start investing in stocks. You can buy, as if you're in Nigeria or any, if you're in Nigeria, you can buy stocks as low as 16 naira, stocks as low as 20 naira. And in my future video on this channel, I'll teach you how you can invest in stocks, because I just started also, and I'm just trying to figure it out. But as a student, from the little money that you are earning from your school, you can invest in stocks. You can start investing in all those things and start building wealth while you're in school. Now, you can document and teach what you learn from the skills that you've learned, from the AI skills, from the skills that you've learned, from the problems that you've solved by yourself. You can document them and start sharing up the solution. From the AI skills that you've learned, document it, start sharing the solution online. That's another way of making money. That's another way of building a brand. And one other thing that you can do is that you should also try to solve your own problems. Now, for me, I was able to solve my own problem, which is not studying well, had issues as a student. I was able to solve my own problem and shared the solution and converted it to an ebook, and I was able to sell it out and also build a channel with that also. So you can solve your own problem no matter how simple it is. It could be you are trying to get in shape, you are trying to, whichever problem at all, which is your money problem, you can share your journey in solving your financial problem, and from there you can make money from it also. That is another thing you can do right from school. That is all about that. So I hope you got so much value from this video. If you did, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You can also check out this video where I had a conversation with one of my friends on how he was able to start a business while in school and he was able to win after that. So thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you got so much value. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.